Let's look at this next problem on our study guide. It's 1,378 divided by 8. So we'll use our Fantastic 7 strategy. Over here to the left, I'm doing 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 10 is 80. And 8 times 100 is 800. I know that 8 times 1,000 is 8,000, and that's going to be too big, so I'm not even going to multiply that. But can I subtract 800? Yes. Now, can I get closer? How many times can 8 go into 13 without going over? 1 time. 8 can go into 13 1 time without going over. So I can just subtract 8 100 times, right? Which is the same as subtracting 800. When I do that, I'm left with 578. Can I subtract 800 again? No. Can I subtract 80?
Yes.
Yes, but can I get closer?
Yes.
Let's look at that 57. How many times can 8 go into 57 without going over? Thank you. Chance.
8 times 70 to get 500.
Right. 8 times 7 is 56, so I can do 8 times 70, and that gives me 560. So over here, I'm going to write 70, and then I'm going to go ahead and subtract my 560, which is the same as subtracting 8 70 times. Okay, I cannot subtract 80 again, so I'll mark that out. Can I subtract 8?
Yes.
Let's see if we can get closer. How many times can 8 go into 18 without going over? Cash? 2 times, which is 16. And when I subtract, that leaves me with 2. Can I subtract 8 again? No, so we'll add up these partial quotients. That gives me 172, remainder 2. Now, let's multiply back to check. I need to multiply 172 times 8. What was 8 times 100, Allison? 800. 8 times 70. I should have more than 3 hands in the air. Yep.
560.
560. And then 8 times 2. Evan. 16. So let's add together our partial products. I get 1,376. Why are those not matching up? Why are they not matching up? Jake? Because I need to add my remainder. Now my dividend matches what I got when I multiplied back to check. Okay, put your thumb in the air if you got that one right. Okay, that's pretty good. Most of us are getting it right. Now let's talk about how to explain our strategy. So what's the strategy we're using? What is it called? Brody? Yeah, so I used the Fantastic 7. Okay? And then what are we basically doing when we're using the Fantastic 7? What are we doing? Yeah, we're subtracting. It's repeated subtraction. Division is just repeated subtraction. But we know that we're more likely to make an error, and it would take a long time to do 1,378 minus 8, minus 8, minus 8, minus 8, 172 times. We're probably going to make an error. It's going to take up 5 or 6 sheets of paper, and it's going to take us a lot of time. So we're chunking them together by place value. Okay? So I subtracted let's see, I don't think that's the best way to word it. I chunked, I like the word chunked, 8s together by place value to subtract 8 repeatedly from 1,378. You could have also said from the dividend. Okay, so I subtracted 8 100 times. That's what this means. 70 times. And 2 times for a total quotient of 172. This left me with a remainder of 2. And I think that's a good enough explanation. I don't think we have to get any wordier than that. I don't think that we have to get any more detailed than that. I think that is a sufficient explanation.